What's going on? It's gonna talk about like stealth. Uh, the word no, a lot of us people, especially my age, we played that game, Shinobi, back in the day when they used to put quarters in machines, at the arcade to play video games. Those were the good old days, right? But anyway, yeah, the term shinobi, like folklore wise, it stands for, it just means one who sneaks in. You know, that's what a ninja really is. It just stands for someone who sneaks in. Like me, for instance, all the time, dude. I'll just sit there. I'll find a spot, and I just won't. I won't think too much, and I'll hardly move, and I'll just stand really still. And the people will walk right by me, man. They'll go on with what they're doing, and then all of a sudden they'll look and they'll see me there, and they'll be like, and it's just, I mean, people can do it to me now, because since I've been doing it to people, I taught them how to do it inadvertently. And it just basically means one who sneaks in. It's like, for instance, like my mom has her foot hurts. So she walks really strange, you know what I'm saying? Because she compensates for the pain in her foot. So when she steps down really light, and you can't hear her walk around. She knows how to walk just as quiet as me. She does it different, but she knows how to do it. It's weird, and it comes from being from being hurt. You don't want to apply all your weight down on your foot. My aunt, on the other hand, look, when she walks, for some reason, she walks heels heavy, so you can hear her, unless she's trying to be sneaky. You know what I mean? If she was trying to be sneaky, like if she was trying to be one who sneaks in, she could quiet them down. But for the most part, she walks loud. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I rarely walk loud. Unless I'm walking, exaggerated. That's when you really put a little emphasis on how you're moving your feet. And it's like at that time you're not really trying to be quiet. Because you can move so fast that when you stop and you plant your feet will go like this. They'll hit and then they'll go. Because it's like you created a G-force. You move so fast, then you stopped abruptly, that the momentum forced you to move. So a lot of these punches and maneuvers, you generate this G-force that you move, and that you're moving so fast that when you finally stop, your feet they slide a little bit, because that's how much force was behind your movement. But anyway, yeah, it's like just like the same way you can exaggerate that force, you can also dissipate that force and spread it out so that it doesn't appear easily. You know what I mean? It's just little things like that. One who sneaks in. Yeah, supposedly the dude was just folklore says he was just a trickster, and he got some kind of invisible cloak, and the person that gave it to him was disappointed because how he was using it, so he took it away. And then the same guy who had the invisibility cloak, the one who sneaks in, had to relearn how to do everything without the aid of the invisibility cloak. So he still was one who sneaks in. He just did it without his his cheat code, basically. So I mean, if the lore is true, well, I know it can be done. And in some aspects, I've done it. You know what I mean? It's real easy to do at night, because for some reason at night your eyes, if you stare too hard into something, everything starts to blend in together. You know what I mean? But the first thing that stands out would be a movement. A movement would focus your eyeballs and draw it to that. So I mean, the rule number one is just stillness. And just like I was saying earlier about the 7 directions, the body wide, this is so easy to spot out as a silhouette in the dark. That is less easy to figure out as a silhouette, especially if you pull yourself up into a ball, then it even looks less like a human silhouette. You know what I'm saying? Then the only thing that can give you away is movement or sound, breathing. You know what I mean? Smell, for instance. You know what I mean? and you know, just because you sneak in doesn't necessarily mean that you have any bad intent. It's more like respect. Listen, hey, they're over there resting, so I'm gonna come by quietly. I'm not gonna impose my presence on them. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that comes from being unnoticed, people are just honest. They blab, okay? And you'll hear them saying things about you, maybe even sometimes, that, you know, might hurt your feelings. You got to go like this, brush it off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no big deal. It's just, that's how people are. They like to gossip. They like to, you know, they like to divert their pain onto something else, some object. So, I mean, they're just trying to help themselves, but they're just going about it the wrong way. But whatever. I'm the one who sneaks in, you're not. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've really, you know, tried to expound upon that principle right there, you know, and to some extent, yeah, you know, I can get it. And here's the thing. I mean, even if I do get it, and I can sneak like a mouse, people can still sneak up on me. So, look, I truly haven't mastered it until I can sneak, but no one can sneak me. But people can still sneak me because, you know, I haven't had enough time to fully master all these techniques, abilities, and I haven't been exposed to all the right kind of knowledge. I've only been exposed partially to some of it. So, you know, I gotta rediscover it for myself in a lot of cases, which, you know, it takes a lot of time, patience, and just, you know, it's like Isaac Newton, the apple hit him in the head. If he wasn't sitting under the tree at that time, he wouldn't have had his epiphany. It's the same thing with a lot of this shit. I mean, it is just really, it's just science and physics, really. I mean, there is a element of mysticism, but a lot of that mysticism even is kind of like it's a diversion. It's to make someone, it's like a magician. Look, I can make this disappear. But no, really, the dude used some deceptive body movement trick to make it seem like it disappeared. So a lot of this mysticism is just that. It's like a magician. Look, I can make this disappear. I mean, a lot of it, I see so many similarities. Like what the art of war, all war is deception. So just like when it comes to magicians, all magicians practice in deception. Though, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that there ain't deeper levels of that might be real metaphysical. But personally, I haven't personally witnessed too much of that, and can't vouch for that. But yeah, I mean, it's like being an alchemist. You know, the elements. It's an understanding of elements. Just because I understand that black clothes at night blends into the environment a little better than white clothes, okay? But in the wintertime when snow's on the ground, white clothes will blend in better than black clothes. But the black clothes could still work if you use them right. Look, just because I understand these elements and how to manipulate them or influence them for my advantage or people around me's advantage, you know, I don't see that as being malevolent by any means. It's just being just wise and cunning and perceptive. I mean, that's about it. It's knowledgeable of things and how they work. Like, hey, to look directly in the sun, you're blind, okay? To cover your eyes with a piece of cloth, you're blind. The light can cause you to be blind, yet blockage can cause you to be blind as well. Or at night, when your eyes are adjusted to the dark and someone shines a light in your eye, it makes you go blind. You know what I'm saying? That's understanding how elements work, and that's basically what I see is one form of the alchemy term.